Microsoft Entra ID and Connect, the secrets you must know. Entra ID is positioned as part of the Microsoft Entra suite. This is in addition to Entra Permission Management and Verified ID. Entra ID is the Cloud Identity and Access Management, IAM for short, service within the suite. Your cloud identity faces non-stop attacks. Microsoft Entra ID helps keep it secure. It manages identities for Microsoft Cloud apps. Entra ID also supports many custom applications. If you know Active Directory, this feels familiar. It is not a domain controller, and it doesn't use LDAP or Kerberos. Entra ID uses protocols such as OAuth 2, OIDC, SAML, and SCIM. You manage accounts, policy, and access instead. You control the security without server maintenance overhead. Hybrid identity and extra protection. Connecting on-premise AD adds hybrid flexibility. Entra Connect synchronizes users and groups reliably. On-prem AD stays the main identity source. Entra ID receives synchronized objects for cloud access. Microsoft analyzes sign-in behavior in the cloud. Unusual locations can automatically trigger risk detections. MFA and conditional access reduce the success of attacks. Improve your security by configuring your licenses and policies. Daily roles using Microsoft Entra ID. IT admins control access to the apps. They define the policies on roles and risk. They manage the cloud and hybrid access together. This ensures that only the right users connect. Developers integrate Entra ID for authentication. They add single sign-on to applications. Apps reuse existing user accounts and credentials. This hardens security and improves user experience. End users sign in through Entra ID. They manage their profile and security methods. Self-service password reset lets them reset passwords. They avoid help desk calls and save time and you money. Online services depend on Entra ID. Microsoft 365 and Azure use it heavily. Dynamics 365 and other services also rely on it too. One cloud identity can sign into all the services. Now let's talk about the core Microsoft Entra services. Entra ID offers 4 capability areas. Authentication verifies identity before granting access. It supports MFA and smart lockout features. Banned password lists block common passwords. Entra ID protection can sync banned password lists back to your AD. When password protection agents is installed on the domain controller. Self-service password reset helps users securely recover their password. Single sign-on lets users sign in at once. They then access multiple apps without re-entering passwords. This reduces password sprawl and the risk of password reuse. Help desk calls for lockouts often drop. Application management simplifies app administration tests. Application proxies support publishing internal web applications. Users open assigned apps from the My Apps portal. Device features protect access from endpoints. Devices register with Entra ID for trust. Intune integration provides management and compliance checks. Conditional access can be blocked with non-compliance or unknown devices. Understanding Entra Connect and hybrid identity flow. Entra Connect links on-prem. Without it, directories remain completely separate systems. With it, identities synchronize to the cloud. Most attributes flow from AD to Entra ID. Password write-back can be enabled when needed. Cloud password changes can be updated in on-prem AD. This supports self-service password reset for users. Identity stays consistent across cloud and on-prem. Users can have SSO across many applications. They can have MFA for stronger authentication. Self-service password reset SSPR works from anywhere when configured correctly. Admins manage a single identity lifecycle for each user. Now for some exam-focused summary for AZ900. Remember, Microsoft ID is a cloud-based IAM service. Entra Connect synchronizes on-prem identities to Entra ID. On-prem AD usually remains the authoritative source, although if you're in a cloud-only environment, Entra ID is the authority. Microsoft Entra ID was formerly Azure Active Directory, Azure AD. Now, Cloud Sync is slowly replacing Entra Connect in new deployments. Core Entra ID capabilities to remember. Authentication with MFA and security features is a must. Can have single sign-on across many cloud applications. Application management for SaaS and custom apps is easy. Device registration, Intune, and conditional access is at your fingertips. Hybrid setups combine on-prem AD and Entra ID. They deliver secure, seamless, scalable, and identity solutions. And I'd like to thank you for watching.